Hello guys, welcome back to another video of CSS and JavaScript, and in this video we are gonna talk about how to make a toggle button using CSS. So this is very simple. We are just gonna use checkbox and we will give stylings to checkbox so that we can make this button. And yeah, there are two important news today. First is that we are gonna hit 100 subscribers and we are on 99, so yeah, waiting for to complete the 100 subscriber. And the second is that we have a small collab with Code Buddy. They are on Instagram and they make cool post. So now let's move on with our video, and for that let's open Visual Studio Code. So right now I am in my Visual Studio Code, and yeah, first of all we will create a boilerplate code, and then here we will be giving a title of toggle button, and then we will be linking our HTML file with our CSS file. So yeah, then over here we will be having one container, and this container will be having another div with class name toggle. Yeah, because we are making toggle button. After that we will be using a input type, and this input type will be having checkbox. So yes, checkbox, and after that we will be creating the label, and this label will be having yes, two SVG images, one of moon and the other one of sun. I have copied the SVG image code from material design icons, and I will be providing the link in the description. You can check that website from the description to access the icons that I am using over here. So for now I am having the code in my file, so let's copy this and let us paste it over here. So I have basically modified this code by adding a id of moon and giving it a width and height of 28 pixels each. So yeah, you can also simply add an id over here so that you can select this svg image in our css file and give them stylings one by one. So now let's save our index.html, and here in css let us save this file also, and let's open this with live server. So yeah, right now our file looks like something, one checkbox and two svg images. So now I will be moving to my style portion, and yeah, let's minimize the size of both so that they are visible one side other. Yeah, now we can start our styling. So first select the root element and remove the padding and margin given by the browser. So padding 0, margin 0, box sizing border box, and after that let's save this. And now let's select the container, and this container will be having a position of absolute, absolute, okay, absolute, and what I'm doing, yeah, absolute. And here we will be having a top of 0, we will be having a left of 0, and then there will be a transform. This code just simply brings all the element which is inside that container to the middle of the page. So transform, translate, and this will be minus 50%, comma minus 50%. This we can also do with the help of flex or grid, but yeah, right now I'm using, okay, this will be 50%, sorry, this will be 50%, and this will be also 50%. What I am doing today, yeah. So we have aligned everything in centered and middle of the page basically. And now we will be selecting the input type. So let's select the input, and to select a particular type we will be saying type is equal to, and this is a checkbox. So I will be writing over here checkbox, and then simply over here we will be giving this a cursor. So let's say cursor is pointer. Now save it, and whenever I go on the checkbox, my cursor changed to a hand tool. So after doing that, let's give this some position and some width. So I will be giving this a position of relative, and here we will be having a width of okay, what would be the width? So we will be having a width of 120 pixels, and there will be a height of 60 pixels, and then there will be a outline none, because we don't want this. Whenever someone select this checkbox, the outline should be there. So let's add an outline, and this will be none. And then we will be removing the initial appearance of that checkbox. So we will be selecting WebKit appearance, and after selecting that we will be saying none. So yeah, now you can see that you are not able to see your checkbox, but as soon as I would be giving it a background color, suppose we gave this a background color of orange red, you are able to see your checkbox. So yeah, that's the fun part. Now we will be adding some border shadow. So this all thing is just to make it look more attractive. There is no use of this inset border shadow and everything if you just want to try it out. But to make it attractive, you have to use several styles. So yeah, this will be border shadow, basically box shadow, to give the shadow to your border. So here we will be having 0, 0, 15 pixels, and this will be having a black color. So let's simply write black. Okay, yeah, now it will give you. And since we don't want the shadow to be outside the box, we want it inside, so we will be writing inside. So yeah, now the shadow is inside your box. And after all this, let's give this a border radius of 50 pixels. So cool, we are done with the basic styles of our checkbox. Now we just want to give this a transition. So whenever it or let's see its use after making that white button. So that will be more cool. And yeah, right now if my box is checked, its color is same, but if you want that on check your color should be changed, so you can simply call the input, and if it is checked, then and you have to declare the type also. What is the type of your input? So it's the checkbox. And yeah, here you can simply give a background color. I will be using RGB, and this will be somewhat 45, 44, 61. So let's save this. Yeah, we have a cool background colors. So and yeah, after this video, one dark theme video will be coming up, in which we will be discussing the CSS variables in details, that what is the application of CSS variables, and with that we will be also using this toggle button to shift from a light theme to dark theme. So if anyone has not seen the CSS variable videos, then please go and watch that video too, and that will be probably coming in 2 to 3 days. So till then, just prepare till then please watch these 2 videos, because I will be not using much detail about toggle button in that video. That's why I make it separately. So after that, now it's time to create that white button types thing that we have seen in our example. So for that we will be simply selecting the input, and here again we will be declaring the type of the input. So of course it check box, and then we will be using our before that we often used. So first step is just declare a content of blank if you don't want any text. Now after doing this, we will be giving it some width, height and positions and top, left, everything that holds a bunch of things. So for that, let's first of all give this a position of absolute, and then we will be giving it a cursor of pointer, and then we will be giving it a width of 60 pixels and a height of 60 pixels. So width 60, HEIGHT, height 60 pixels, and then we will be giving this a border radius of 40 pixels and a background color so that we can see our stuff on its place basically. So yeah, our button is almost ready, but to make it more good looking, let's first of all let's give some left and top. So left will be 0 and top will be 0, and then we will be giving this a transition of 0.5 seconds, and here we will be having a box shadow so that we can clearly see the button on our page, and we will be giving 025. This will be in pixels, this will be also in pixels, this will be black, but it will be having an opacity of 0.5 something. So right now you can see that on checking the checkbox you are able to see the shift in the background color, but that is not so smooth, and so we will be also using a transition over here which will be of 0.25 seconds. So yeah, now it's much smoother than before. And now let's move to our right now if I'm checking the button, this white circle is not moving. So to make it move, we will be selecting this, we will be pasting it over here, and here we will be declaring checked, and then we can simply give the left to 60 pixels. So if it's checked, it will be over here, and if it is not checked, it will be over left side. So that was cool enough. We have basically made the toggle button. Now it's time to arrange this stars and moons on the toggle button. So for that, stars and moons are under label. So first of all, we will be selecting this label, and we will be giving some positioning to our label. So I have selected the label. Okay, what is the spelling? Label. Yeah. So I have selected it, and now it's time to give some position to that label. So first of all, our position will be absolute, and then we will be having a top of 100 pixels. We will be having a left of 100 pixels, or not pixel, it is pixels, and then we will be having a transform, not transform origin, so let's write it out, transform translate, and this will be minus 75%, okay, not 45, 75%, comma, and the second one will be minus 150%. So yeah, let's save this and let's see. Okay, we are not able to view some major changes right now, but wait for time, we will. So this will be 1 because we want our label to be on top of our checkbox, and as we have our label on top of checkbox, we will be just denying the any event on that label, and for that we will be using pointer events to be none. And after that we will be giving it a width of 100 pixels. So now it's quite great. So after doing this, now select the sun and moon individually and give it a color and some transform position basically. So we will be selecting sun with its ID, which we have given on the SVG image right before, and here we will be selecting transform translate, and this will be having a value of minus 30% comma 15%, which is x and y direction. And let's save this. After doing that, we will be giving this a color. So let's select the color, and this will be a yellow color, so RGB, and this will be having a values of 252 comma 248 comma 224. Now let's save this. Yeah, cool. Now the same thing we will be going to give to our moon. So let's select the moon. Okay, I guess there are some problem in our label because this is not in pixels, this is in percentages, and that's why we are not able to see some significant change in the position of sun and moon. Okay, after this also we are not able to see. Then where is the problem, man? Where is the problem? So I guess the problem must be in the... Okay, let's continue and then we will be coming back to it. So let's select this color, and moon will be having a color of not yellow, it will be having a color of greeny yellow. So yeah, everything is fine. Now let's give the final position to our sun and moon, and basically we want to hide one and show one whenever the box is checked and unchecked. So for that I will be using, first of all, select the input, and yeah, this declare the type of the input. So this has a type of checkbox because we are working on checkbox, and then add a plus symbol, then declare the name of the label and write the class name which we want to select under label. So yeah, now let's save this, and let's say if it is unchecked, then give this a visibility of visible, and let's just copy this out and let's just paste it, and if it is checked, then our sun should be okay. We have to write check. This should be hidden, so let's declare it hidden. So whenever our okay, nothing is working, why? Let's see. Okay, we have not given here the right name. Now everything should work perfectly fine. So you can see whenever I am checking the checkbox, my toggle button has moved and it has just hide the sun, and whenever I unchecked, the sun is visible. And one more thing, let's give this and opacity of 4 something. Yeah, so it's more clear over here, and here the edges are more clear because of opacity. So now let's simply give the same thing to our moon, because moon is also waiting for the same things, but just the cases will be reversed. If it is checked, then please make it visible, and if it is unchecked, then please hide it. Okay, yeah, now it's good. Yeah, and here we will be writing moon instead of sun. So let's declare here moon instead of sun. Everything is fine, just we have to give some transformation to our moon. So if it is checked, then moon will be having some transformation. Let's create it. So it will be having a translate, and this will be having a value of minus 70%, comma, and this will be 10%. Now let's save this. Yeah, now it's okay. It's not working over here because we have to eliminate it. Yeah, now everything is cool. You can see that things are not so smooth, so to make it more smooth, just add some transition of 0.25 seconds. And yeah, this transition should be on transform, transform, and this should be having some effect, so let's keep it ease in. Now let's select it and paste it in our moon also. So now there will be a smooth effect over here, but still we have to work on some hiding part and opacity. So let's give this as all, and this as also all, and let's add over here. If it's visible, then opacity should be 1, and if it's not visible, then the opacity should be 0. So yeah, this is 0, and same with the moon also. If it is visible, the opacity should be 1, and if it is not visible, then opacity should be 0. Now it's much smoother, and it is coming and going also very smoothly. And you can also add a background color over here to the body. So let's select the body, and let's add here a background color of indigo, and or let's make it a light purple. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to subscribe this channel and follow Code Buddy on Instagram for some Instagram posts which are on data structures and algorithm. So till then, goodbye, guys.